Heroes, sponsored by Eskenazi Health and Helping Hands Home Management.
We're celebrating heroes here at Wish TV, and today we're telling the story of the Hamilton County Metro Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Lieutenant Doug Baker is from Fishers Police. Sergeant Gregory Lovell is from Carmel Police. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate it and appreciate the work that you do, because this is very difficult work, but very important work, obviously. How did this task force get started?
Well, initially we started because John Walsh and Rebbe Walsh started the National Missing Exploited Children organization back in 1984 after their son was brutally kidnapped and murdered. We started ours about 19 years ago, so we're going to be 20 years old next year. We started with a small 2 or 3 guys, and we just continue growing to try to get everybody involved in the county, and we cover 4 different counties, so we're just trying to get everybody involved to help those who just can't help themselves.
Explain some of the work that you guys do within this task force.
So the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, all the Facebooks, Metas, Instagrams of the world have to submit tips to them if they see child sex abuse material come across their website. Those tips get sent down to us within our jurisdiction. We cover 4 counties. We cover Hamilton, Madison, Tipton, and Hancock counties for our jurisdiction alone. So those tips come to us, and then we start with a single IP address, and we got to try to find out who the suspect is, who's downloading this material, and then we go serve a search warrant on the residents, and then take them to jail.
We live in an internet-driven world. It is vast, it is hard to navigate, but these criminals and these people know how to use it very, very well and get what they're trying to get at. How do you guys kind of narrow that down and work out some of these details? Because that seems like it would be very complicated.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is once we get our cyber tip, we have to do some legal process on IP addresses, phone numbers, things like that, and once we then execute search warrants on those social media platforms, we can then investigate those further to see if we can actually find out who's behind the screen, if you will, conducting these crimes.
As parents, myself, you're kind of the first ones to go, my kid's never going to run into that. That's not going to be the issue. But we know that it is, and it's happening right here in our community. What can parents do, from your guys' perspective, to maybe help mitigate some of this and avoid these situations?
Sure. I think really the biggest thing, it's never too young to start teaching your children internet safety, and just being very aware of the applications that are on their phones. I know there's so many out there, but educating yourself as a parent on what application my child has on their phone, understanding that, because unfortunately all these applications out there, there are people out there trying to abuse those to get to children. So I think it's just educating yourself and then monitoring your kids as well.
It's hard work, obviously physically, but also mentally, I'm sure, on you guys. How important is it for you each day going in knowing that you're making a difference and you're saving lives of people who really can't defend themselves?
I've done this job for almost 20 years, and this is by far the calling that I've received. I couldn't think of doing anything else ever again in my law enforcement career. So the mental health strain on us is intense to see these images day in and day out. So we just have to make choices within our own life and personal life, when to back off, when to take a break, and just we go to the sentencing hearing so we can see the end result. We see the help we're given. We see the people we're taking off the street. We see the kids we're saving, and in the end, that's what our goals are, so it makes us feel better.
We are so grateful for the work that you guys are doing in our communities and helping people around the area. Thank you so much for coming and sharing it with us, and keep up the great work.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Absolutely.